You get what I'm saying? Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm trying to get me 50K subs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut the fuck up! TWiLL look like a beatable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, what's up with y'all, man? It's your boy TB Digital. This is the intro, but not an intro. Make sure y'all check out the Patreon. If you like my tutorials, if you fuck with the tutorials, I do have a monthly membership, $10 a month. You get advanced tutorials, exclusive loops, private Discord chat, man. You get Zoom sessions, you get FLPs, collabs. We do a whole bunch of stuff. And it's also Twitch benefits that come with that. So make sure you check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Also follow the Twitch channel, man. We be having lit streams. We be on there cracking up 2 o'clock in the morning. And then third, you know what I'm saying? We do have a loop kit on the way, you know what I'm saying? Me and TWiLL has a fire loop kit. It's gonna consist of 25 royalty-free melodies with the stems and the midis. So make sure y'all check that out. And we're gonna put some bonus in there for y'all. So make sure y'all check that out. But with that being said, I'm showing y'all how to make Wheezy type beats. Now we're not going over the melodies, we're going over strictly the drums, how Wheezy does his drums. Besides that, let's get straight to the video. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over the drums that I use. So the first drum is a Z808 hi-hat, Wheezy clap. Just a little like a long open hi-hat. Then I got a quick open hi-hat. I got a rim. I got a snare. Got a spins 808, a kick, and then another snare. Now here's the thing about these drums, man. All these drums are recycled as hell. Like I said, like it's not, you don't really have to search that hard on the internet to get these type of drums, bro. So first I started off with a clap and a hi-hat. So I'm gonna just play what that sounds like with the loop. Alright, so there's a couple things with your hi-hats. When you want to do your hi-hats, most of the time for Wheezy style, you always want to be in 1/6 beat on the snap to grid or 1/3 snap in the snap to grid. Now, another vital part of these hi-hats are the velocity. I'm going to go ahead and play what the velocity sounds like turned all the way up. And then this is what the velocity sounds like when I fuck with it. So with Wheezy, it's all about bounce. So all the velocity doing is helping you create that bounce. So next what I added is the Z808, and I'm gonna go ahead and play what the Z808 sound like. So first, how I got my Z808 hitting, I don't do no crazy mixing shit. All I do is go to the legacy effects in FL and I turn this boost knob up. How I did the bounces, I kind of play with the velocities of this 808. So if I turned the velocity all the way up on the 808, this is what it would sound like. Which is hard, but you want to give it that bounce. All I did was right click on my mouse and I held it up and I did the velocity like this, and then we got this. Next, what I added are 2 open hi-hats. I used a quick one and I used a longer one. The longer one was more for an effect, so this is what the longer one sounds like. I know Wheezy puts looperator and effects on his hi-hats a lot, and it has that effect that you just heard with this open hi-hat. Wheezy Outta Here. I just did it manually. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it in looperator. So then the other hi-hat, I have that more for bounce. With my hi-hats, what I like to do with this one is have it every time the 808 hits. Alright, so next thing that I did, and this is where arrangement comes in. So what I wanted to do to hype up the beat and to get that artist's attention is I wanted to go ahead and switch to 808. So what I switched to 808 to is just a basic spins 808, and I used the same process. So for this 808, all I did was boost it up a little bit and I played with the out knob to make the tail of the 808 shorter. Instead of the clap, I layered this with a snare. So this is what it sounds like. Ladies be so crazy. the only sauce that's in here are the hi-hat. You hear an effect in here in the last beat that I manually did with the open hi-hat. I'm gonna go ahead and play it with the hi-hats and the loop sound like. Looperator is nothing but an effects plugin. It's like Effectrix or Gross Beat. It's just different knobs and shit. So you have here is your splice knob where you could like splice it up. Then you have your loop effect where you could reverse it, do crazy shit. You have your envelopes, your filters, and then your effects where you got tape stops, reverbs, delay. So I'm gonna tell you, all I did is usually when you open up Looperator, you have this default preset that loads up, and that's exactly what this is. I just played a little bit with here. And how it usually works for me is, honestly, I just click some shit in until it sounds good. And then the next thing I added was Effectrix. Now, how I used to do Effectrix is I put this on the 1/8 joint, and I just do the little reverse. Yeah, it's just it just sounds hard, and I do a little scratch loop at the end. So this is what we got. Of course, I added a Wheezy clap. Another joint that I added is another clap. This clap comes from my All You Need expansion clip. All it is a clap and a like a sword, and I kind of added it as a snare. So, and it's all just about bounce, adding little things that help make the bounce. So next what I added is an 808. Now this 808 is more of a distorted 808. Now how I did it is I just wanted like the bounce of the beat to be different. So instead of doing, you know, that generic ass shit everybody be doing, nah, I didn't want to do that. So I kind of left it. I left a lot of empty spaces between the 808, so that way when the 808 hits, that shit hit hard. And then next what I added is just the open hat and also the snare. These are all the same, like these are just basic drums. Now one thing that I say that helped it, made it hit harder is this open hat. Every time the open hat hits, I have it hit on the 808, and I always like putting a short open hat on my 808s because it just hits harder, you know what I'm saying? So next, when you get into this this next half of the beat, I did switch the 808 to this 808. And I don't know, it's like a spins 808, just distorted the fuck out of. So this is what the 808 sounds like. So all I did is I fucked with the velocity. Like I said, the velocity really helps on that bounce. I did add a snare to that just to make it hit hard. I added 2 snares. Just a hard hitting snare to really make it hit, and then I added another bounce snare. I added like a weird snare. The album that Nav and Wheezy did, it was kind of weird vibes, you know what I'm saying, like weird drums. So I just said, fuck it, I'm playing around. It's all about playing around. You don't want to be an exact clone, my nigga. Just, you know what I'm saying, play around with sound. Next, what I added is a percussion loop. Now on this percussion loop, I did put an effect on here. I put halftime on here, just to slow it down, and I threw some reverb on there. And this is what we got. So for this 808, I did mess with the pattern a little bit more. For this is I added this little weird 808 right here. So usually people will add the 808 right here, you know, that generic ass bounce. But I just did it different. It comes in a little bit weirder. Think of it like a reverse 808 going into an 808 when it hits. And that's how I was thinking about it. So this is what it sounds like. And it's a weird bounce, but I fuck with it. It's shit that Wheezy does like that makes him stand out from the other industry producers. And I do have the percussion loop right here. Now, if you listen to the percussion loop, you see that the percussion loop is changing its tone a little bit. So I did pitch it down 12 cents, and all I did was make an automation clip. So as the bridge is going, the percussion loop is changing its pitch. You know, just that creativity shit. You know what I'm saying? So then on the other percussion loop, all that is doing here is I'm changing the panning. So as the bridge is playing, it starts on the left side of the speaker, and it works its way to the right side of the speaker. I have some reverse talking and in the loop, and it's just fixed perfect, man. This is a nice beat. Man, we on the road to 50K subscribers, man. So I really appreciate if y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. It means a lot to me, man. It's almost been a year. I've been on Team Producer Grind. I've been on Team Producer Grind since the late December, so it's almost been a year. And you know, we started with, I think, 4,000 subscribers. We're at 36,000 now. That means a lot to me, man. This year has been changing for me, and I really just want to end this with 50,000 subscribers. So, man, so if you could please subscribe and hit the bell notifications. You can see the consistent TV's back, man. We dropping videos back to back, man. So, you know, let's get it. I'll see you on the next video.
No, it can't end like that.